Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. As you see right here, AEW did say what I said last week. They was going to reveal a new show. It's called AEW Saturday Night Collision. We'll get to that coming up. A lot of matches as well. Jungle Boy takes on Roosh. Jungle Boy, who's in line to become the next AEW champion, takes on former Ring of Honor champion Roosh. Could Jungle Boy get himself prepared against the mighty luchador Roosh? We'll talk about it coming up. As well as Dr. Britt Baker and Sheeta team up, former rivals, team up against Ruby Soho and Tony Storm the Outcast. We know these four women don't like each other. They're gonna be selling their differences inside the ring. Also, too, international champion Orange Cassidy teams up with Darby Allin to take on Lee Morale and Big Bill. We know Darby Allin's gonna be part of that championship match in that Fatal Four Way, but him and International Champion team up against the Outcast. We'll see that coming up as well. Also, too, we're hearing reports about CM Punk. We'll talk about that on Hot Topics on why he wasn't stated in the Collision lineup what we had normally had thought. We'll talk about that as well as this. We're hearing reports that superstar Billy Graham, the legendary WWE champion, who paved the way from people like Muhammad Ali, Hulk Hogan, Scott Steiner, you name it. Superstar Billy Graham was a larger than life presence. He has passed away at the age of 79. We look back and reflect on the life of the superstar Billy Graham. We'll talk about that coming up, as well as many more matches as well. Jericho takes on Roderick Strong. That should be a barn burner of a match that we're going to get into coming up, as well as we'll hear from Don Callis on why Don Callis did what he did, his despicable, devious self. We'll talk about that as well. And the main event, Ricky Starks takes on Jay White in an instant classic. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. It starts right now. This edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We got a lot to get to tonight, but first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. We got a big lineup tonight. We gonna talk about AEW Dynamite Ring Report. That's important. I'm going to talk about the news on Collision, what went down for AEW for Collision, a big day for AEW, getting a second spinoff show for Dynamite as well. And we'll talk about the unfortunate passing of legendary great superstar Billy Graham. One legendary great superstar Billy Graham. He was that a legend in the annals of time. We'll get to that. But join in the Pro Wrestling Show. Use the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we're gonna get Dynamite started. And Dynamite had a lot of surprises, I'll tell you that tonight. And what Dynamite it was tonight. We kick things off with Dynamite with we'll kick things off with this. Let's hopefully and we get this done. Warlow came out there to call out Christian. Warlow was trying to come out there to call out Christian, but Warlow got inferior for his troubles at the Christian. We thought it was going to be Luchasaurus, but it wasn't Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus was just a standby. Christian wants to become a champion in AEW, and the one way to do so is he going after Warlow in the TNT Championship. Maybe that'll be the new anchor on the new show of Collision. Christian becoming the TNT champion once again. Well, Warlow didn't stand around and didn't take it. Warlow decided to take matters in his own hands. Warlow getting some help from the back, from doctors and stuff. Warlow said that he wants a match against Christian next at the pay-per-view for in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. So we're gonna see Warlow versus Christian in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. And Christian, if he does this one more time and win and get Luchasaurus help, Warlow always puts himself in these predicaments and always loses title and always wins it back. That's why I kind of noticed it from Warlow. And I think we'll see. We'll talk about that to predict the outcome next week on what's going on with Warlow and Christian coming up. Speaking of that, we told you this that Big Bill and Lee Moriarty will be in action. They will take on the team of international champion Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. We know Darby Allin's gonna be part of that fatal four way. Orange Cassidy ain't got nothing to do, but we kind of figure out what his role is gonna be at Double or Nothing. Well, the small team won against Big Bill and Lee Moriarty in a quick work and fashion. So Orange Cassidy also put out this that he wants to defend his championship in a battle royal at Double or Nothing, blackjack style. So that will happen. Orange Cassidy will defend his championship in a battle royal, and we'll get to see who's going to participate. He also added that Renee Paquette want to participate. She's the wife of John Moxley. You know she ain't gonna want to get herself dirty. And then too, she don't want to wrestle. You think Renee Paquette gonna want to wrestle at all this time? No. Well, speaking of that, Sammy Guevara, he was in action. Sammy Guevara made it clear that he has made mistakes. He's been wrestling in Texas. He's human. He said he let MJF guard his emotions, but he ain't gonna let MJF guard his emotions now. He has a soft spot for MJF, but he wants one thing MJF got, and that's that world championship to take away from MJF. Sammy Guevara put MJF on the notice that he's coming for the world championship one way or another. But he had to go through three guys, including the world champion, MJF, to do so. So we'll get to see that at Double or Nothing. But Sammy Guevara put everyone on notice that he's coming for the world championship one way or another. We'll get to see that. Well, we know this. Jeff Jarrett, he always has an ace up his sleeve. He always has an ace up his sleeve. Jarrett brought along his wife, Karen. Now she's part of AEW. I figured she was going to eventually come to AEW sooner rather than later. If Jeff Jarrett's involved, you know she's going to try to be involved, try to be a manager again. I mean, nothing wrong with Karen Jarrett, but I mean, with Jeff Jarrett, we got FTR now. Jeff Jarrett proved his intentions. But this time they want the tag team gold, but they're trying to win over Mark Briscoe to sway him to help them win and cheat to win the tag team championships. But now we know that Jeff Jarrett, along with his wife Karen, are in AEW, and they're gonna make a tandem twosome. You can tell, and then Jay Lethal looking at gold as well, so we'll get to see that as well coming up. Well, we tell you this. This is the match of the night right here. Chris Jericho took on Roderick Strong. These two men just beat the living daylight each other. They went through the concourse to outside the arena where everyone's trying to get in the arena. They went out to the parking lot in the front gates, the front of the arena. You see Aubrey Edwards pinning Jericho with the help. Roderick Strong get pinned Jericho with the help of Adam Cole. Adam Cole gets revenge as well. Roderick Strong pinned Jericho. I think Jericho didn't see it coming. Now we know Jericho, Roderick Strong. We don't know what this is going to lead to. Might lead to Jericho versus Adam Cole at Double or Nothing. But outside of an arena like that, I mean, Texas, you know, Jericho doing business and stuff. So we'll see Jericho and Strong out there, but like we said, we'll kind of notice how this is gonna play out eventually between Jericho and Strong, Jericho and Cole. Eventually, Jericho gonna get that revenge on Cole one way or another. I'm telling you that right now. So we'll see. Speaking of that, John Moxley sent a message to the Elite, being of the Elite. John Moxley don't want no part of Elite. It really supposed to be CM Punk and Moxley. If they would have been smart, it would have been. They could have had CM Punk, Moxley, and Bryan all saying, and Cesaro, that's your core group. Nothing against Will Euler, but that's your core group right there. Will Euler could be tagging along, but they didn't want to do that. I don't know why they don't think stuff like that through, but I mean, add CM Punk into the mix. But they don't want to do that. They want to have folks separate and stuff. You know how that go. But you'll see what John Moxley did a little bit later in the show. What had happened. Moxley did that. Speaking of that, Jungle Boy took on Roosh. Jungle Boy won his match against Roosh. Roosh, a former Ring of Honor champion. Roosh was no match for Jungle Boy. They trying to build Jungle Boy up. But there was more tension live, as you can tell right here. Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin, one of the three of the four pillars of AEW. One of these three men could be future world champions in their own right if they play their cards right. They go after MJF. We just have to wait and see on how that's going to play out. But MJF is a lucky man. He wasn't there in attendance, but you can tell his three challengers were, and they was eyeing each other with tense moments. So we could see that coming up forward between them two. Right. Speaking of that, Jay White was in action against Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks and Jay White can't stand each other, and they proved it out tonight. Both men used their hard, dynamic moves, but Ricky Starks got himself disqualified by using the chair on Jay White and what's his name, the other dude, Ricky Starks. This feud is far from over between Ricky Starks and Jay White. This just got started between these two men. You know how they go, but we'll have to wait and see on that as well. Well, we got to this. This was considered the segment of the night. Don Callis came out there. He was going to explain why he did what he did to Kenny Omega. Don Callis didn't lay malice, didn't say much, but he was going to say something till Kenny Omega came out there. Omega came out there and got jumped by the Blackpool Combat Club. Well, the Blackpool Combat Club had the upper hand against Kenny Omega, outnumbered Omega until the Young Bucks came out there, until Hangman Page came out there, and then the fight went on, brawled on. All 8 men beating each other. Even Will Euler was just like a punching bag being used. Well, Will Euler didn't see this coming. But we know now the Elite is back. Adam Cole and Kenny Omega, former tag team champions in AEW. The Elite, they're all back together on one common goal. They're going to have anarchy in the arena at Double or Nothing. That's going to be a good match to show. And I'm wondering why they ain't putting their stuff on Max. It just makes more sense. But who knows what they're doing. But to me, that should be the match right there, but we'll wait and see. But the Elite is back. Ken Omega, Hangman Page, and the Young Bucks are back on the same page like they was a couple of years ago when AEW first started. So we get to see that as well. So they're going to end the AEW Ring Report. We're going to move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we're talking about this. Tony Khan made a announcement that everybody knew was coming, but he was trying to be kind of nonchalant about it. Tony Khan announced that on the show that Collision will make his appearance. AEW Collision will come your way Saturday, June 17th on TNT. The Collision back, and it looked like an old WCW Monday Nitro setting they trying to do. I'm like, man, I mean, come up with something new and different. That's what I was thinking. Like when I first saw this, I was like, okay, they trying to be Nitro too. I mean, you can be WCW and be kind of like you want to be, but the logo now, you stretching it, man. You stretching it. Well, this is the official press release for Collision. TNT launches a second night of wrestling with AEW Collision, featuring headlines Thunder Rose and Miro. Really ain't got no big stars. Everyone thought CM Punk was going to be so. but that wasn't the case. We don't even know what's going on. This is the official poster of Collision. It's Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Thunder Rosa. Powerhouse Hobbs, I don't care where he go. Andrade didn't even know he was gonna be on this thing. They just put him on there. I mean, you gotta at least let folks know what you're gonna do. And as you can tell right here, this is the upfront. We see Jay Carhill, the face of TBS. Other folks from Discovery Network, Food Network, TNT. Wow, all new. Hopefully, if things don't work out with Drew, we're hearing reports that Drew and WWE ain't getting along, and Drew's unhappy with his direction of his character. Maybe he could be the new star of Collision. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, we thought about that. AEW Collision coming your way Saturday, June 17th. Guess we'll get to see a brand new, who we really thought was going to be the star of Collision. Didn't show up. CM Punk writing, tweeting, and doing all this hokey stuff. There right here, CM Punk talking about Brian Alvarez, talking about trying to get clickbait. A lot going on, so we'll get to see that. This was the upfront, so like I said, we've seen a lot of upfront going on, so we'll get to see that. But CM Punk, this was what he was talking about. He's gonna be on the game and stuff with the AEW Fight Forever. But we're seeing that right now that CM Punk was pulled from AEW Collision. For those now, they saying that CM Punk requested the return of his former best friend Ace Steel. Don't know what's going on with Ace Steel, so CM Punk requested him, but nothing had came out about it. Plus, too, this is the dates for Collision. We kind of know it might be in Chicago, so they kind of leading us and stuff. They're gonna be mostly in Canada, and they're gonna be at the Presidential Center. Live wrestling for Tony Khan. Tell you that right now, Tony Khan gonna be on TV a lot. So not wrestling like it was. He gonna kind of burn him out. I hope he don't burn him out, cause he look like he about to get burnt out. Eventually, look at his face. Tell right here, he happy, but he gonna get burnt out eventually. So time will tell. Speaking of that, Dave Melvin and getting brought into a feud with Eric Bischoff about ratings and stuff. So third grade mouth skills and all this stuff. I think this stemmed from what Bischoff said something about it. His writing his third grade mouth skills, and then Dave Melvin came back with a clapback saying that he ain't been successful in nearly 25 years. So shut up. So there's a lot going on with that. But hey, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Also, too, we want to send our thoughts and prayers and condolences to the family of superstar Billy Graham. Billy Graham passed away today at the age of 79. Billy Graham was a former WWE champion. He paved the way for the championship. He paved more prominent. Billy Graham paved the way for stars like Hulk Hogan, Scott Steiner, and John Cena, the rest of the stars that emulated superstar Billy Graham. Even Hulk Hogan did that he did. Superstar Billy Graham, major matches was against Bob Backlund. He won the championship from Bob Backlund took the championship away from him. I know that. So Bob Backlund, Bruno, San Martino. I can remember when Superstar Billy Graham his Hall of Fame speech. So that was like 20 years ago. Man, 20 years is gone and I was in high school by then. But Bob Backlund, I can remember Superstar talking at SummerSlam. So Superstar Billy Graham is in heaven, throwing those pythons and doing his thing. But we want to wish here on the Pro Wrestling Show our prayers and condolences to the family of Superstar Billy Graham. Was living legend, a true icon, and may he rest in peace. Also, too, we heard that WWE and UFC with that merger, they're going to be called TKO, Total Knockout. So WWE with the UFC deal, now TKO. So we'll get to see that TKO coming your way and stuff. All right. I guess we covered all the bases. That the Elite is back, and now the Blackpool Combat Club must face the Elite in the arena hierarchy match. We'll get to see that probably sometime next Double or Nothing. All right, we'll see you this Friday after SmackDown. You know, when SmackDown over, we'll be coming on a couple hours later. SmackDown Ring Report. For then, I've been your host, Kendra Dixon. So long, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.